Here at Richland College, in the Phoning Hall, is where the creativity is present. So let's go into the art world. The room 175 is where creativity takes place. More than 15 students come every Saturday from early morning with a canvas and a brush to give life. In the hands of Kit Williams is where learning is present.
I started painting about 20 years ago, but actually I grew up in an artistic family and I've been drawing ever since I can remember. So I've been making art, I've been around art all my life. My dad and my mother, they actually had an art gallery in California before I was born and when I was very little. And my dad, he has an art degree as well in drawing and painting, I believe. He was an art dealer too, so I was always around art through them. And he does watercolor. He was fairly successful doing mixtures of abstract watercolor with traditional representational, like barns and horses and cars. And so he actually is now returning to that kind of theme in his work.
He has been teaching in Richland for more than 8 years.
I teach people that have never drawn or painted all the way to people that are beyond me that have been painting for 30, 40 years. And I think that a prerequisite for me is design, the ability to draw and understand structure, anatomy, just all the different technical tools. I think is really important to understand that. So if somebody comes into my class that has not studied design, I do try to infuse that into the curriculum. I have a lot of emeritus, which are people over 65, and they just have a great love and joy in the art. So there are different types of students for different things, but it's a kind of a mix, and it makes a really nice art community. So I would say I'm considered a contemporary artist because I'm making art at this time. So it's relevant, but I'm not a modern artist. I love modern art, but my work is still seems to be more representational. Even if I do an abstract, it seems to turn into like a water landscape. So that's a kind of a long example of what my style might be. Just be open to experimentation and be open to a little bit of failure even too. If you experiment, then that's how you learn, and sometimes you fumble around and make mistakes. But even if you do a bad painting, if you learn something from it and become a better artist, it's a success in a sense. I think people coming into the visual arts just think that immediately they're going to make a masterpiece, and some people may be able to do that, but I relate it to music. Would you pick up a classical guitar and play an amazing piece without learning chords, without learning how to play the instrument? It takes practice. In visual arts, you practice pieces as well. So just come at it with a little bit of patience, and you can do a lot more than you think.
In Dallas, Luisana Cárdenas.